welcome back to Lavendaire. Today's an episode of Artist of Life, the series where we feature real people who are actively creating their dream life. So we find out how they got to where they are and kind of learn the lessons that they've learned in their life that you can apply to your life. So today I'm so excited to have my friend RJ Lim, aka Bohkeh, the music producer from LA. Backstory, we met through your cousin. We were both kind of working on music and we actually have a song together, so you can check that out.
Summer Sky.
Summer Sky.
Summer Sky.
Yeah, I'll post that in the description. But yeah, since then, he's just gone off with his music career and it's really inspiring, really cool to see what he's been doing. So I want you to just share your story with everyone. How did you get into music?
Music's been part of me for a really long time. A lot of my family, we sing. So that's how I started off. I was singing karaoke when I was like a little kid. And my 7th grade, my parents got me like a little drum set, which was super cool. I didn't really get too good at it, nor did I like pursue like music then, or just, you know, thought of it as a serious thing. But so 8th grade came and I got like a little electric guitar too. And I started, that's when I started kind of like writing music, just covering songs and stuff like that. Throughout high school, I was in choir. And out of high school, I was just interested in being more in touch with music and to actually write music. So that's how I got here. So yeah, it was kind of like a really straightforward like kind of path. I knew that music was always something that would be like a part of me, so yeah. And
it's cool because you learn like different instruments and you sang, so you
it was kind of like a plus
together.
It was like a plus for me that I can actually cover songs too, rather than just like remixing, grabbing samples from different music. I take that as a plus. It was pretty cool.
So when did you start like learning how to produce on like Ableton and stuff, electronic music?
It was about, I would say about like 4 years ago. I actually didn't start with Ableton. I started with a program called FL.
Oh yeah.
And I was using that for about a year or so. Then I just gradually caught on to Ableton. For the most part, it was because I could play live with Ableton. So. And
his live shows are so lit. It's so fun.
Thank you.
Honestly.
Thank you.
So what would you say is like your biggest challenge so far?
Biggest challenge is probably like writer's block, really.
Okay.
Wanting to create something amazing. And most of the time it's not the case because it's just really, really hard writing music. Sometimes it comes like really quick. Other times it just takes like a long time to just even like think of like even a chord pattern, you know, and stuff like that. So having writer's block really like slows down like the process of like releasing music and stuff like that, like, or like kind of like staying relevant, I guess. But yeah, just writing music in general is just it's a really hard thing.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's
I mean, it stops a lot of people because it's like even for me, like when I try to sit down and write a song, it'll be like 2 hours. I'm like, I have nothing.
Yes, and
yeah,
and that's one of my struggles too. I sit and write music and I just like keep it on loop, keep it on loop, and all of a sudden I get tired of what I just created. Yeah.
Right? Do you get sick of stuff? Because when you're creating it, you have to loop it all the time.
Yeah, and it's something that I have to learn as well. That you know, if I think something is like pretty cool, the first time I hear it, I just try to keep it like that. And if I get tired of it, I just have to stop myself from changing it.
Oh really?
Yeah, because a lot of the times I'll change it. And it'll make something different from what I initially like visioned.
Yeah, change the vision.
So, yeah, it's something that I have to learn as well, to not get tired of the song, you know, before it's even done.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, how do you like get past writer's block too when you do have it?
I look through inspirations on like SoundCloud, YouTube. A lot of friends. I have like a few producer friends online and stuff like that. and I just listen to, you know, their stuff, and I try to, you know, try to incorporate their stuff, and, you know, try to change it up a bit. And yeah.
Who are like some of your biggest inspirations then online?
Online,
Or just in
like
music in general?
I love John Mayer.
Okay.
Back when I was writing music in high school, he was one of my biggest inspirations, especially in writing.
Yeah, his songwriting is
yeah,
amazing.
his songwriting is incredible.
Yeah.
And his guitar skills.
Oh yeah.
I kind of owe it to him, like, for like my guitar skills right now, because there was like one phase like in my life where I was just like binge like watch videos of him and try to learn like his technique and stuff like that. And yeah, he's probably one of like my bigger inspirations, and I have a few other like inspirations, like electronic music, like Porter Robinson.
I love Porter so
yeah
much.
Yeah, Porter Robinson. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Especially his live shows, like he actually captures you know, he captures you, and he like brings you on this journey and stuff like that.
Because there's a lot of emotion in
yes
his stuff, and storytelling.
And it's amazing. Like, I've seen a couple of his shows, and like, it's something that I would watch over and over again live.
Yeah.
If I had the chance to.
Yeah, and it's funny because I can totally see a lot of Porter's like in your work, kind of like just the aesthetic in general, like the very cute, bright, colorful.
Yeah.
Right? You
yeah,
have a
and I think
certain aesthetic.
I also think he's like influenced a lot of artists too. A lot of artists within this generation. It's because I feel like it's because like he's gotten that staple that you know gives everybody this feeling in his music. I've always felt it, even with his older stuff too, and I knew that he was like really something special back when he was like 17, 16. When
I know,
when
so young.
Yeah,
it's unfair.
yeah, but I mean it's incredible because it makes, you know, kids nowadays like it makes kids nowadays see that it's possible. Yeah. And a lot of people now are like making music, and it's just
so many new people popping up, huh?
Yeah. A lot of unknown artists, like young unknown artists that deserve to be noticed. And yeah, those are the people that like I try to listen to and to like grab inspiration from as well.
So let's talk about your albums, because you have two that you came out with, Cotton and Bright.
Yeah.
So let's talk about them. What were your inspirations, and how did you create them?
For Bright was like my first EP. It consisted of 5 songs, and this was a time I was still learning, you know, Ableton, and while I was learning that, I was just you know, just messing around. It was kind of like a mess around like album. And the reason why it's called Bright is because that was around the time that I kind of felt that this is what I really want to do. So it was kind of like a change in life. It was like everything's like bright, like, you know, like everything. Yeah, I started like noticing, you know, different lifestyle changes in myself, and it was good. It felt good, and the music kind of it kind of supported that as well. It was like bright and colorful and stuff like that. It had a lot of atmosphere. So yeah, I actually wrote like about 20 songs for that album, but I just like nitpicked, you know, a few of them just to kind of like support each other, stuff like that.
So what happens to the ones that you reject? Do you post them online separately, or just leave them?
Okay, sometimes I'll like find like vocals and stuff like that, and I'll like kind of make a remix or something like that. Like usually I'll have like a composition, and if it doesn't work out, I'll try to like make something out of it, kind of. And yeah, some of them are actually like remixes that I posted on SoundCloud. But I took them down because like due to like copyright restrictions and stuff like that. Yeah. So it kind of sucks, but yeah, that's where like usually like all the other music go, or I just like use them for like new music. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. And then Cotton, what about Cotton?
Cotton was just like a fast-paced like album that I wanted to release. It was very bright, very colorful, much more colorful than the Bright album, which is weird because Bright is like bright. Yeah. So Cotton was written within like about 2 months.
Nice.
I would say so. Yeah. It consisted of 5 songs as well, but I did have collaborations with this album. One being Osmoji, which is my best friend, John Che. Yeah, and he's one of my inspirations as well. You know, outside of like the music world, you know, as a really close friend, as like, you know, one of my, I would say, brothers. He's very musically talented. But yeah, like I collaborated with him. It was a song called it was a song called Tell Me What. And it was just like a song that me and him, like it was like kind of due time, you know, like we always wanted to make a song together, and I was like, you know, this would be perfect for my album. So I collaborated with him. And another one of my inspirations is Timid Soul. I forgot to mention his name earlier. His name is Timid Soul, and he's from, I believe, Michigan.
Okay.
And he's super talented. He's someone that I look up to a lot, especially. And I collaborated with him with a song called Kissing Faded, which did extremely well on the internet.
That's the song I use for my podcast.
Yeah.
If you guys listen to my podcast, that's his music.
Yeah.
And also like a bunch of other YouTubers, like Jenn Im uses his music, which is so cool.
I love her. She's
right? Weren't you so excited when she used your song?
Yeah, I didn't believe it at first. Jenn Im, yeah, she's an amazing person. She's so down to earth. Easy to talk to. I met her once.
Oh, nice.
At Coachella, and she's so cute. Like she's so pretty, and her I believe fiance now, Ben. He's such a cool guy too. I believe he's like a drummer. But yeah, they're cool people.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, a lot of artists have the struggle of like starting a project and not being able to see it through and finish it. What is your secret for finishing songs? Because I feel like you create songs really fast.
I do. It is a struggle for me as well, though. But what I usually do is I just say like, screw it, like it's done. You know. A lot of the times, like the music that I make, are just kind of like forced done because I tend to take a lot of time on like certain parts of the song, and I get tired of it. So what I usually do is I just like say, you know, okay, this is done. Like, you know, forget about it. This part is done. Forget about it. You know. And when I just like put the pieces together and like I complete the song, if I feel it, you know, I'll be like, yes. You know, sometimes I don't. And I just, you know, say, screw it anyway. I'm going to finish it. And, you know, I just continue to mix it and just finish writing the track. It's more like kind of mental for me. Yeah. Because there are a lot of times where I'm just like tired of my music and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to release this. But it's actually weird because the music that I spend more time on and the music that I get tired of more are usually the songs that that the people like my fans like actually enjoy better than say the ones that, you know, I sprint and like write and I like it personally and I release it and people just, you know, like the ones that I spend more time on.
I feel like that happens with music. I don't know, because people like simplicity. Maybe like if it's a simple melody that catches people, they'll like it. But like you're sick of it. Or
yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, it's weird how like the more time like you spend on it, the more, you know, you get tired of it and it ends up being, you know, the good song. And as to where my songs that I personally like that take me like say like a couple of hours, 4 hours to write, you know, that's a song that, you know, not so many people like. It's so weird because I like it and, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you have a good judge of like when you make a song, you're like, oh, people are gonna like this, or you'll have no idea?
It's a gamble, really. Yeah, because there are a lot of songs that I've released and I'm like, this is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the one, but it ends up, just doing okay.
But that's fine as long as you like it, right? Like, don't worry about what people think all the time.
That for the most part, as long as you love what you're doing, and you're actually doing it, and
that's great.
Yeah.
Do you have like a song that you're like the most proud of?
I like my song called it's actually with Timid Soul.
Okay.
It's a remix of Mark Redito's. He was formerly called Spaz Kid before. We did a remix of one of his songs off of his Promise album. It was called it wasn't Truly. It was called, no, it wasn't Lovers. It wasn't Truly. I'm like brain farting here.
It's okay.
What is it?
I'll write it here on the screen or something.
We'll
find it.
Yeah, but then that song to me, it meant a lot because it was like actually one of my first collaborations with somebody, and I got to see how another artist works. And it helped me a lot in producing as well. Timid Soul, since he was someone that I look up to, and he was so willing to collaborate. I learned a lot, and that was a song that I was extremely proud of, and it means a lot to me, that song.
Like, when you say collaborate, how does it work? Are you just like sending pieces of songs together? Or I don't know.
Yeah, so for Timid Soul and I, we collaborated twice. For the remix of Mark Redito's track, he had like the skeleton of the track, and he sent it out to me to like kind of like finish the puzzle, and I did that. And for the Kissing Faded track, I sent him like the skeleton, and he like kind of
like, do you communicate as you're working on it? You're like, oh, what do you think about this? Or do you just kind of do you?
For me, I kind of like doing myself.
Yeah.
Like, just do whatever I have to do and just like send it. And if they like it, then they'll they'll like it. It's a really good experience to like collaborate. I think it's extremely important.
Because you learn as an artist.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's talk about your aesthetic, because you have a very specific look and feel to your songs and like your album covers and everything. Where does that come from?
I just like things to be very like vibrant, colorful. Especially lately, I've been inspired by a lot of 80s.
Okay.
Like videos, art, and stuff like that. But anything that's like very colorful, very bright, upbeat. That's something that I just try to go for.
Yeah.
A very feel-good vibe.
Yeah, I feel like you're all happy, feel good.
Yeah, and that's what I want like my fans to feel as well. And that's kind of like a good thing about my music. It's like a feel-good vibe, and I feel good when the people that listen to my music like feel good. So, so
spreading happiness.
Yes. Yeah. So it feels really good to know that a lot of people are actually enjoying it.
So do you have any like goals for this year? What's next for you in terms of like music or life?
As for this year, release another album.
Okay.
I'm hoping to release like a full-length album this time, rather than just like a 5-song like my previous albums. But yeah, that's one of my goals. And just to do more shows and just to spread out my music, in general, and just create more music. Just
keep creating. Keep growing.
Yeah, and do shows here and there as well. Yeah.
I think that's so cool that you're doing more shows.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's like another skill to perform live versus like sitting at home and writing music, right?
Yeah, and I think it's pretty typical now for producers to actually perform now. I think it's a way to market their music as well, which is extremely important. People out there, they're making like amazing music, and it has to get out there somehow. So.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for like aspiring music producers out there who want to be like you, start like creating stuff and doing shows?
I would say for the most part, just be yourself. And that's how you'll find your like unique staple of yourself. And be true to yourself, I would say. If you really want to do music, just, you know, follow your dreams. Just...
Yeah. Make it work somehow, right? Yeah.
It's tough. It's really tough,
Is.
And there's a lot of like obstacles that you're going to experience, but it shouldn't stop you if that's what you really want to do. So
and that's what I admire about you. You've been doing it consistently for all these years, you know? Like it takes a lot of work. The perseverance part.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. And I want to like give a shout out to like one of my close friends. It's actually Mark Redito.
Oh yeah.
He's kind of
I'm
like
a fan too. I love his music.
Yeah, and he's always been there for me.
Yeah.
I met him at a show down in New York. My girlfriend and we went to New York. And we saw him and Giraffage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, Giraffage is
I love them
amazing.
both. Yeah.
Giraffage is amazing.
Yeah.
So I met Mark in New York. Then I went down to SF. I went up to the Bay and they had a show there too. So it was kind of like I was like following them, you know? So we ended up going to the show over there and I met him up over there again too. And we just got closer, and you know, if I needed help with something, he would, you know, totally be there for me. He would always answer, you know, like my dumb questions and all that stuff. And he's such a genuine, patient like person, and he's kind of helped me overcome like the challenges of an artist.
Like how? Like he gives you advice?
Yeah, he would give me advice. He would tell me like, you know, some of his experience and how he coped with it and stuff like that. So
that's really useful. That's so nice.
Yeah,
and like before you met him, you were like a fan of his music, right?
I was a huge
fan. I feel like you guys are similar, and you're bound to meet. But I think that's so cool that you met him and he actually like became friends and is like basically mentoring you. Right?
Yeah. It's such a crazy way, like how you can actually meet people and, you know, how they can affect your life.
Yeah.
And I appreciate him. I appreciate him a lot.
That's so cool. So that's it for today's interview. Thank you so much. Honestly, you guys have to check out Bohkeh on SoundCloud. All his links are down below. Any last words?
Hi guys.
Stay happy and cute and bubbly and listen to his music every day. It'll make you a better person.
Thank you guys.
All right, that's it. So make sure you watch the next video, which is Bohkeh's favorite things. He's gonna share just more about his life. So watch that. And yeah, see you guys next time. This was Artist of Life by Lavendaire. Bye.